I know everybody's talking about TRON Light Cycle Run, but there are some other thrills that we can experience and that guests can experience when they come to Walt Disney World. I think we should hop into some of those.
Okay.
And I know you all have your favorites, and I love that you all have a favorite. I have a favorite too. But you know what, Samantha? One of your family's favorites is my daughter's favorite.
Oh,
so
really?
I really want you to start with Tower of Terror. Let's talk about it.
Yes, that has been a family favorite for us for a long time. I think the first time that we experienced it all together was right when my daughter was finally tall enough to go on. My parents were with us and everything, and it's just very thrilling because it's a very immersive attraction. So, from the start of the queue, the whole way through the ride, you are in the story. So you're coming to check in at the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and something went very wrong there. And so, you get to hear the story about what happened there. And when you're getting on that elevator that something's probably going to go wrong. And that anticipation just builds and builds and builds, and you don't know when it's coming. But it was adorable, though, because when we took my daughter on it for the first time, and she's sitting with my mom, and, she was comforting her, and so she was fine. She's our thrill seeker in the family for sure.
Oh, I love that. I love a girl that's a thrill seeker.
Oh, yeah.
I got one of those.
Right.
Now, thrill seeker Raquel.
Yes.
I know you are now a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewinds. Let's tell guests what they can experience when they first go. So take us back to the first time you experienced your new favorite thrill ride.
Yes. Well, that particular one, it starts off with the launch.
Right.
You're backwards, and it's going to jerk you all the way to take you on this roller coaster of whirls and swirls, but it's so much going on. It is not something that is just a one-trick pony. It really brings you in. The music helps with all of that. And then as you're spinning, and if you happen to get a little dizzy, just kind of look straight forward. Don't look to the side. But as you're spinning, you're seeing this and that, and everything just kind of comes together.
And that is a fully immersive experience because
Yes,
there's
it
a
is.
queue, so you get to see the Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
too. It's a nice little storyline.
And they're taking us with them.
Yes.
It really captures the spirit of the movie.
It does.
Yeah. If you love those characters, you're going to love that attraction.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
It's
You're
like a
sitting
party
there
in a ride.
thinking,
It is a party and a ride.
Yes.
And because
Yes,
you
that's
get
a
different
perfect way to put
songs,
it.
it really
Yeah.
is a party every single
Yeah.
time. You're like, oh, what am I going to get?
well, you feel honored.
Yes.
They chose you
That's
to
true.
do this. So
Yes.
yeah.
So we're all wishing that you get September next time.
Please.
We're,
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
putting that
We're
out
sending
there
those
for
positive thoughts out there.
Yes.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to get September.
you. Now, Matt, I know you have a very interesting favorite thrill attraction. Tell us more about it.
So my favorite rides at the Disney parks are the Disney Mountains. And if I had to pick my favorite one, it would be Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom theme park.
Oh my goodness.
Just going up that mountain, that forbidden mountain, the anticipation of getting to the top, knowing there may or may not be a Yeti guarding it, and he may or may not do some things to the track to change your ride experience. You just really feel fully immersed in that whole environment. My favorite time actually riding it was with my nephew. He loves roller coasters like I do. Just watching his face, and at the end of the vacation when we asked him what his favorite ride was, he said Expedition Everest, and I was like, absolutely, you're totally right. You're my favorite nephew.
Oh, I love that. Oh gosh. No, those are all three favorites. My favorite is Space Mountain. Always has been, always will be. So that's my classic. But I will take all three of these as well
Yes.
and put them under my bucket of favorites.
Yes.
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 But
It's hard
now-
to pick just one.
I know. It is hard to just pick one,
Yeah.
especially when we're all thrill seekers. We have our favorites. There's a bunch of them. But there are more thrills to experience, not just in these parks, but also in the water parks too, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's some thrill rides and thrill slides, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Which can be equally thrilling.
they can
Yeah.
be equally thrill.
Yeah.
Perfect for a hot summer day, too.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes, that's
So-
the best way to get a thrill on a hot day.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So there's options everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for all the thrills. Oh my gosh. All right. Now, there are things that we get really excited and thrilled about that go beyond attractions. That we've been talking a lot about attractions, but we have to give some love to some of these other things that we get to experience. Now, I cannot forget the very first time I got to meet my favorite character face to face and just really be in awe of that. I think we need to talk a little bit more about meeting characters, the nostalgic ones and the new ones. So, Samantha, I know you have a really cute Mickey Mouse story to share.
Like, meeting the characters, I mean, that's just as big a thrill as some of these attractions. And the very first time that my husband and I brought our kids to Walt Disney World, the first thing we did our first morning here was have breakfast at Chef Mickey's restaurant.
Okay.
So we got to meet Mickey and all of his friends, and it was really special because my son is on the autism spectrum. And, you know, sometimes he doesn't like really make a social connection with other people, you know, really doesn't pay much attention to, you know, the people that are around him all the time. But when Mickey came over to our table, he just stopped what he was doing and just looked up at him and, you know, reached up and, you know, wanted to touch his face. And it's just one of my favorite Disney memories. And I think about that every time that I go and see Mickey Mouse again, whether it's, you know, with my family again or just me or with some friends. And it just brings back all of those good nostalgic memories for me and just makes me feel at home here.
Oh, that's just so sweet. Now, I know, so we got Mickey Mouse, but we also have a Princess Tiana fan sitting here. And I have to coax out of you a wonderful Princess Tiana story because I know you love her.
Love her. Look, I have adored her since before she fully made her appearance, even in the parks.
Yes.
From the movie. And then when they said, oh, you're going to see her in the park, that the very first visit we had, we beelined over to where she was. And my son's like, Tiana, and he runs and he jumps on her. I was like, oh, please, we don't do that to pure citizens. Don't do that. So I was like, get down. But she was so gracious. And my daughter was like, Mom, she said, I said, I know. And for her to see herself,
it's really special.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I know. So sweet. Now, we can stick to the princess theme.
Yes.
Because Matt, you have a really cute princess story.
So I'm usually a go person in the parks and don't always take the time to visit characters. That's changed a bit. But one time I was here with my good friend Kim. We passed by Ariel's grotto and she's like, Matt, you got to see your girl Ariel. We're going. I was like, okay. So we went in. We get into the grotto. There she is with her beautiful hair and her fin. She's smiling. I said nothing. I was like starstruck. Kim, I don't know what Kim and her were talking about. I just said, It was all a blur. I'd been waiting to meet her since 1989. It finally happened, and I had no words.
Oh.
But I did redeem myself the next year. I came prepared with questions.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I made up for it.
I just can't imagine you being speechless.
I was speechless.
That's like
I was
the
speechless.
perfect Matt story.
Right.
That's not something I can
I
imagine.
love that. I love that.
All right, now we talked about the nostalgic characters, but there are some new characters that we can meet when we come to Walt Disney World. They're just really exciting. Now I know, Samantha, we share a Star Wars love.
Yes.
I feel like we need to talk a little bit more about Batuu and all the exciting things that can happen with characters there.
Yes. I was so excited when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened because, you know, for the first time, I got to step right into the stories that I grew up watching, and the characters there really bring you into that story because they're just doing their thing there. You know, you might see Chewie working on an X-Wing, or, you know, you might run right into Rey and get to say hello to her. And sometimes, you know, you have to be aware, you know, sometimes Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers come through there too. But all of that, it just really brings you into the storyline of the land and really makes you feel like you're there on Batuu.
Oh my gosh, it does. Now, we're going to stick to Batuu because there's so many
There's
thrills
so many things to talk
just
about there.
in that one otherworldly place.
Yes.
And then another great place that you and I agreed on that is very thrilling.
Yeah.
Oga's Cantina.
Yeah, one of my favorite places in Walt Disney World. I mean, growing up watching Star Wars, like who didn't want to walk into the cantina scene in Star Wars? And now you can here, and it's just the coolest thing ever. And I mean, the atmosphere in there, like it's great. No matter your age, you know, it's a great place to bring your family to. My kids love going there. They've got plenty of drinks for the kiddos. It's just so much fun. It's really lively. You've got, you know, the droid DJ Rex. He's playing the tunes, and the cast members there are incredible. Like they just, you know, keep the energy up, and it's just so much fun.
It is. Yeah. It's a blast.
Yes.
Now, I know you love a fuzzy
you gotta get a fuzzy tauntaun.
Okay.
That one's good, but I'm a Yub Nub girl. That's my favorite drink there. Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite.
Well, listen. Now you just gave 2 great tips.
Right.
Yes.
Now I think we should stick to the theme of maybe exploring space, right? Raquel,
yes.
you have a new favorite, Space
Yes.
220.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. Let's tell guests what they can expect when they visit 220 miles above Earth.
Well, first you have to make sure that you're going to have enough oxygen when you
Okay.
get there, because that's like the most important thing. Once you get on the Stellarvator and you're lifted up 220 miles above the Earth, and you're like, okay, I can breathe. But then you walk out and everything, you see the space, you see the family and the dog, and it's just all right there. The food is great, but it's the atmosphere. And I always say that if you want to maybe just experience it and maybe not sit down for a full meal, the lounge is the best option.
That's a good tip.
So that way you can grab a bite to eat, so you can still experience it all. And then the lettuce, that's all the lettuce.
Yes, when you walk through
in
the
the garden.
table. Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
I love it.
It is so fun. And you are in space.
Yes, you are.
So you're seeing all types of
Yeah.
spacey things up there.
Yes. And then it'll take you down and you're like, okay, we survived. So we'll just move on to the next attraction.
Now, I know there is another way that we can get our thrills here at Walt Disney World Resort, and we share an affinity for snacking.
Absolutely, and specifically Dole Whips.
Yes.
You can get Dole Whips all around the resort in different flavors, but there is nothing more thrilling than getting a classic pineapple Dole Whip in Aloha Isle in Adventureland, listening to the sounds of Adventureland, just taking your time and taking it all in. There's nothing more thrilling than that kind of a snack.
Absolutely. Now, that's a classic treat.
Yes.
But we're getting a lot of new things, too. Now, one of the new restaurants is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. So we're getting that in Toy Story Land, which
Yes.
means we now will have a fun little place to actually sit and enjoy that. Now, let's explain a little bit more about what that entails or the theming behind it, because I know that it's a pretty immersive experience, right?
Yeah.
For me, as soon as I heard that it was opening, I sent it to my husband, and he's looking at the menu, and he's because he has to analyze it to make sure that it has everything, because he is a barbecue connoisseur. I love the fact that the menu is set up so that way those with those food allergies and things like that will still have the same options and still enjoy it as well.
Right.
So it's going to be great.
It is. And I think we're shrunk down again.
Yeah.
So it's
Just like
still
the rest
the
of
Toy Story Land theme.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
you are in Andy's backyard. You are shrunk down to the size of a toy. And, Andy set up his rodeo play set there, and you're going to go hang out there.
Listen, I love a toy that can eat barbecue. That
Yes.
just sounds like the perfect thrill to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, now we talked about snacking, and I feel like there's nothing better than grabbing your favorite snack and sitting down and enjoying another thrill, the parades. I think we should talk a little bit more about that. So let's talk more about Festival of Fantasy. Now, I know, Raquel, you love Festival of Fantasy.
Yes. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to see all of your characters sort of in one sitting.
Yes.
The parade doesn't last too long, so it's just the right amount of time, from the axes that are swinging with Rapunzel to the dragon to ending with Mickey and Minnie, and it's perfect, especially if you have the little ones.
Yes.
I
that's
think
true.
it's definitely great for the little ones. And then when they wave at you, because they're waving
Yes.
at you, don't look at anybody else. Don't look at anybody behind
Always
you.
waving at
It's you that they're looking at. Yes. So, so that part for me is the wave, and you're like, oh, okay, they see me, and And I think that's also a great way to be seen too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is thrilling, just like being able
Absolutely.
to see
It's still
that.
a thrill.
Yes.
Your heart fills up and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of watching, there's also shows that are pretty thrilling
Yeah.
around the parks
Yes,
as well,
there's
right?
lots of great shows. One of my favorite ones is Festival of the Lion King, and that's over at Animal Kingdom. And, it's basically like a showcase of some of the best songs from Lion King that we all love. And the performers in this show are just phenomenal. Like the costume and everything, like it's amazing. We love it. We go to see it almost every time we're in Animal Kingdom. And, they really have a way of bringing the guests into the show. And in fact, there's a little bit of audience participation there. There's a few different sections in the theater, and each one is going to be assigned an animal. And if you're really lucky, you might get pulled up to participate in the show a bit. And one time we were sitting right in the front row, and of course my husband got pulled up by one of the cast members, and we were in the elephant section. So he was asked to make the elephant noise for our section, and did very well. I have it all on video. It's one of our favorite videos of vacation to go and look back on,
Yeah.
So
Disney
yes.
has found their
Yeah,
elephant.
they found their new elephant. Yes.
It's a good retirement gig.
I think so. Yes. Yeah, I could definitely get on board with that if he wants to do that in his retirement.
Speaking of shows and things that make us feel, I have to say, I'm so excited that Happily Ever After is back.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Happily Ever After is by far my favorite Disney nighttime spectacular.
so good.
There's just something about it. Just the projections on the castle, the fireworks, being able to see classic characters and new characters. And now the fact that there are these new projections down Main Street, there's like no bad place to watch. You can be anywhere. And just the message of that show, just being able to, reach out and find your happily ever after, that touches
Perfect.
anybody's heart.
Yeah.
It's really just an amazing show. I'm so excited it's back.
I know, it's so fun. I love that now we get to see it just about anywhere. So that's a new challenge.
Yeah.
We'll pick a new spot every time, y'all.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we'll do.
It's a goal.
We will report back to each other.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Sounds good.
Now, Epcot Forever also has returned, which is really exciting that we're getting another show coming back to us.
Yes.
Now, Samantha, I know you and I were talking, and it's one of those shows where it brings up a nostalgia factor.
It does. If you're an 80s kid who grew up coming to Epcot, you're going to hear a lot of familiar music in this show. So it's really great to relive all of those nostalgic memories, and it also can kind of introduce that to the new generation of Epcot guests.
And speaking of old and new generations, there's a show that we all agree is one of the best in the parks, and it is Fantasmic.
Yes.
And now you have seen Fantasmic.
So as many times as I've come to the Walt Disney World Resort, I have never seen Fantasmic until last night.
Oh my gosh.
And I had some really high expectations for it, and they were definitely exceeded. It was just such a great show. You're stepping into Mickey's dreams where he battles good and evil. And just the new scenes that they've added to it. The Moana section is the best section. There's just something about it. And Show Yourself is my favorite Frozen song, and the fact that they chose that one just really spoke to me. It was such a great show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, welcome to the family.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic family.
But when you hear when I just said the word fantastic, then I'm already the music
Yes.
pops in my
Yes.
head.
Yes, it's
And it's one of
iconic.
those things that I think that's just one of those memories that get unlocked when you hear the word, and then you're thinking of the music and and how that all goes. So,
Absolutely. I always
Yeah.
picture my Sorcerer Mickey
yes.
with his cute little arms
And
up.
the
Yes.
presents, yes.
Now, Samantha, you have such a sweet Fantasmic story, and we need to hear it again. Tell us all about it.
Well, I mean, it took my whole family a little while to finally get to really experience Fantasmic. When the kids were little, we would see maybe like bits and pieces of it, because we would be busy riding rides, and we'd maybe come in, and just, stand in the back and catch a little bit of the show. Then, there were some Star Wars fireworks shows that we were doing instead. But now the Fantasmic's back. Whenever I was here with my family, just back in December, we all got to go. We did the dining package, and so we had wonderful seats for the show. And we really got to sit down and really take in the show, you know, see all of those favorite characters and experience that together. It was really nice.
Oh my gosh, I love that you guys finally had a chance to just like sit and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely the show
Yes,
for
love it.
enjoying and being with family.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of family, I love that y'all are here. I'm so excited that we got to chat today. Fortunately, it's almost time to go. But before we go, would you like to do a little lightning round?
Let's do it.
I think so.
Let's
You ready
do it.
for that?
Let's do this.
Okay. Well, guess what? I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And I want you to give me the first answer that pops into your minds. Okay? Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Now we'll do Matt first, Raquel, Samantha.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
Okay. One word to describe the new TRON light cycle run.
Exhilarating.
Ooh,
Surprising in the back seat.
that was more than one word.
It was good, but it was good. It was good.
Futuristic.
Oh, okay. What does a Walt Disney World Thrill feel like to you?
A core memory, just something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Love that.
I think joy and adrenaline at the same time. You get them both.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's
Yeah.
pure joy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. An underrated thrill that every guest should enjoy.
Doing a behind the scenes tour of some sort.
It's a good one.
It's just, there's something so thrilling about seeing the magic. We just recently did the behind the scenes tour and it was just great.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Star Tours.
Oh,
I'm a fan.
I love that.
I think just slowing down and taking in all the little details, the atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Ooh, you guys are good. A thrill that the whole family can be a part of.
Frozen Ever After in Epcot.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
I'm going to say any classic attraction, you know, like It's a Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, any of those.
Oh my goodness. Okay. An attraction for the most daring thrill seekers.
Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror.
Oh.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
I think Expedition Everest.
Oh, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, I like how that happens. All right, last one. Top tip for a thrilling visit to Walt Disney World.
Pick all of your top thrills on the Disney Genie portion of My Disney Experience, and it will come up with an itinerary for you of all the thrills you want to do.
Okay.
Research, plan early, and utilize the lightning lane if you can.
I think come to planDisney.com and ask us all of your questions about Disney thrills.
I mean, you know, that's literally the perfect answer. Those were all good answers. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the planDisney podcast. You can check out a new episode every third Wednesday of the month. And if you're enjoying the podcast, be sure to leave us a review. In the meantime, for more Disney planning tips and insights, be sure to follow planDisney Panel over on Instagram and planDisney over on Twitter. If you have a question of your own, stop by planDisney.com to ask. The panelists will be happy to help you. And to stay up on the latest news, be sure to stop by the Disney Parks blog. Thank you so much to our panelists for joining us today.
Thank you.
And a big thank you to our sponsor, State Farm. We'll see you again real soon.